Howdy friends, welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Heartgold. This is episode number 45. After defeating the Pokemon League, we are back here in New Barktown. It's actually been a few days since I last played. It is now just after midnight, so it's technically Wednesday morning. And I last played last Thursday night, so about 5 days I guess. Even though I was on break, it was a very, very busy break. Very productive, and for the most part fun. But yeah, this is really the first chance I've had to play again, and I do have to go to work in about 8 hours, but figured I would get in an episode or two while I can. Hi Joe, Professor Elm told me that he has something to give you. Alright Mom, thank you for the notification. TV is playing a movie. I feel like that was the same movie that was playing when I left. Maybe that is a fortuitous sign. Anything in the fridge? Lots of drinking water and sweet lemonade. It would be really cool if, like, the first time you go here, you get an actual, like, fresh water to heal your Pokemon. Maybe a little overpowered early on, but I feel like when you're just starting the game, a potion that heals 20 HP is really the same as a fresh water that heals 50, because your Pokemon don't have that much HP. Alright, so let's go talk to Professor Elm, see what he has for us. Joe, there you are! I called because I have something for you. See? It's an SS ticket. Now you can catch Pokemon in Kanto. Yay! The ticket will let you take the fast ship that departs from Olivine City. But you knew that already, Joe. After all, you've adventured all over with your Pokemon. Give my regards to Professor Oak in Kanto. That's right, we can visit Professor Oak on his home turf for once, although it'll be a while before we actually get to him. And I guess right now we don't have anybody with us that can fly, so I might need to take a quick bike ride over to the next city. Let's go ahead and use a repel. You'll notice I am almost out of growth mulch. That's because even though I haven't been playing at all, every couple hours I've opened up the DS when I could just to plant berries or water berries, and I am now out of mulch. So sometime between episodes I'll have to go buy some more mulch, but at this point we have like over 100 citrus berries. The fruits of my labor, or the berries of my labor, I guess. Because I was kind of trapped upstairs in the house, unable to really leave without triggering the cutscene from your mom, or from our mom, then I haven't been able to do the lottery or really anything, but that's probably a good thing because it allowed me to focus on the things I needed to focus on. And actually, first thing we're going to do is make a quick pit stop in Violet City. Once we get Hoot Hoot out of the PC. Let's go ahead and put, actually not Hoot Hoot, now that we have Ho-Oh, we will get Ho-Oh out of the PC. And we will put Olive back in, Flying type for Flying type. Unfortunately, we probably won't be using Ho-Oh, sorry, Hoot Hoot, I'll get it right eventually, for the rest of the Let's Play, maybe at some point, just for old time's sake. Alright. So now that we have a flying Pokemon, we are going to fly to Violet City, because there is an item here that I should have gotten a very long time ago, but I didn't really know you could get it here. It wasn't until I thought, hey, I wonder where you get this item in Heartgold, and looked it up that I realized it was here all along, probably from this guy. Shard de berry, I trade berry for shard. If you bring me some shards, I will give you 3 berries. Oh, okay, so it's not a guarantee. Or maybe it is. So what I read was that if you give him a red shard, you get the berry I want. And I do have 2 red shards I found while trying to find heart scales. Cherry berry, that's not the one I want. We have that. Pekka berry, also not the one I want. Oh, come on. Lepa berry, that's the one I want. So they must be guaranteed. No more shards. In some games, you can trade shards for move tutors. I'm not sure if that's the case here or not. We don't have an empty pot at the moment, so we will have to hold onto that Lepa berry. But that's okay, I'm just glad I have it. So a Lepa berry is basically like an ether, but in berry form. Let's see, what else do I want to do? While we're here, let's make a quick pit stop at Blackthorn as well. So you can give your Pokemon a Lepa berry, and once one of your moves... I'm not sure when it triggers, if it's just as soon as it loses 10 PP, or if it's down to like no PP. I guess they might as well wait to use it until it's down to none, but I don't really tend to use them for that purpose. I more use them just as out-of-battle items, the same way you would an ether. But the nice thing there is that, unlike an ether, you can actually basically make infinite Lepa berries. Along with citrus, they are my favorite berries. And citrus leash you could use like fresh water, so they're probably my favorite berries. Alright, so we are here because now that we have defeated Lance, it was a tough battle, took a couple tries, but we got him. We no longer really need Reflect, or it might be useful still in some battles, but I think Synthesis might be a little more useful. That might be a big mistake, but let's try and see how it goes. Worst case scenario, I'm pretty sure you can buy or get Reflect again at the game corner. You can get it somehow. Or we could come back to the Mover Learner, so I can always find more heart scales. It takes a little bit of time, but that's not too big of a deal. Alright, so we are getting close to Meganium's final moveset. Well, sort of. But I feel like his moveset at the moment is not too inferior to his final moveset. Alright, and now we are going, let me just check my little list here. We have Lepa Berry, yep. We are going to fly to Olivine City. Although probably not for the reason you think. Or if you read the episode title, then maybe it is for the reason you think. Because I want to try and see if the Battle Frontier is open now. I think you have access to it as soon as you beat the Pokemon League. And if that's the case, I'd like to give it a try. So once we do that, we will come back here to the fast ship SS Aqua and head to Kanto. But once you get to Kanto, I think it's actually pretty hard to get back to Johto, or it's supposed to be. Because that maglev train doesn't work right away, and you can't really get to the Pokemon League from where you end up. But I think you can probably fly to the Pokemon League still and then fly back to Johto. So, oh, why is he asleep? That's kind of odd. I think that was probably an oversight on the devs' part when they made Generation 2. And then, oh, it's this guy. And then, because it was a thing, they just left it in for the remakes. Oh my! I fell asleep and ruined my chances of being the first to arrive here. Stupid, stupid me. You can go first if it's that important to you, dude. Alright, or you can just stand there and cry. That's very productive. What is that guy doing? These don't look like headbutt trees. He's shivering. Is he nervous? I guess so. I will pull myself together and challenge the Battle Frontier, maybe. Alright, good luck. People seem very scared, which is maybe fair, because the Battle Frontier is pretty tough. And let's get Olive out, because Olive might be one of our strongest team members for the Frontier. And Ho will not be useful because Ho is a little overpowered, and therefore is banned from the Battle Frontier, along with most legendary Pokemon. There are certain tiers of legendary Pokemon that fans call Ubers, and kind of what is and isn't is debatable. I don't really want to talk to Chris. So it tends to be any legendary with a base stat total above 600. So like Ho's is I think 680, which is really powerful when you consider that like Tyranitar's is 600 or an average of 100. And like I said, Leah and C and Olive and Cherry's a little lower, so is Rod. But these three are all around 90 average, so 540 total. So obviously it's a really big jump in stats, which is why those legendaries that are on the game covers tend to be among the most powerful Pokemon in the game. And it wouldn't really be as fun if you could bring them here, then everybody would only bring them here, and that makes it a lot less interesting. Alright, they have quite a few receptionists. I do have a versus recorder, although I also have an actual recorder, so not really sure that's going to make a big difference here. Alright, I don't really... Let's talk about battle points. BP, in other words, they are used in the Battle Frontier. You win them, and then you exchange them for prizes. So they're kind of like coins, but instead of doing Voltorb Flip, we will be doing Pokemon battles. And I'm pretty sure this Battle Frontier is actually the exact same as the one in Diamond and Pearl. Kind of an evolution of the one in Emerald. I don't think Ruby and Sapphire had it. I think just Emerald. Does Fire Red and Leaf Green have it? They might have. I think they did, just because I think the anime had a series where Ash did the Battle Frontier. There's a little model of it right there. Very cool. It's kind of like a Disney World theme park style going on. Scratch up cards for 1 BP, and you can get icons of Pokemon to win a prize, like a berry. Okay, that's cool. Well, I don't have any BP, so I'll have to wait on that. But I think they also have like TMs or like move tutors. Oh, okay, they have these items. Always nice to train your Pokemon. These are nice because I think they double promotes. Yeah, they slid on the Pokemon wearing them because they're like these heavy ankle bracelets or belts or whatever they are. But they will double the amount of EVs, or I don't know if it's maybe they just add EVs to what your Pokemon earns. It's been a long time since I've EV trained anything. These are some really good competitive held items. At least in some cases they are. But we won't be investing in any of them. They're not really. Some of them might be useful for the gameplay. There's the Choice Band and Choice Scarf to go around with their choice specs. Some of these could be useful, but they're not why I'm here. So my plan, by the way, is just to spend this episode kind of exploring the Battle Frontier, giving you guys a sense of what it's like, and then I might do more off-screen, but we'll see. Alright, so, okay, here's what I'm looking for. Stone Edge is a very good rock-type attack. It's 100 base power, 80% accuracy, physical move. Obviously, we're in the physical category, and it would be great to teach Rod. Earthquake, we already found one, but that's the only one you get unless you want to buy more here. X-Scissor and Brick Break are also nice. I think Meganium can probably learn X-Scissor, but we won't be using that. Is it just... Maybe it's just the Stone Edge that I want from here. I thought there was one more. I do want to teach Cherry Seed Bomb eventually, but that might be a move tutor attack and not a... or I guess these are kind of move tutor attacks as well, but the regular move tutor, which you exchange, presumably, those colored scales for. And these are, I guess, okay moves too, but... Alright, we won't be going for any of those. So there are 7 facilities. Let's try to give each one a try. And maybe I can fit this all into one episode, maybe I can't, but we might either go a little long or might do 2 episodes, we'll see. The Battle Castle. And fun fact that I don't think I ever knew until like 2 days ago. Apparently the leader of the Battle Castle is an Elite Four member in Generation 5. I was looking her up to see something about one of her Pokemon, and it said she was in Heartgold and Soul Silver. I'm like, wait, where? And then it was like, oh, she's in the Battle Frontier, which is really cool. I'm not going to really talk to all these people because I really just want to get started. Battle Castle, okay. Multi-battle challenge. Oh, okay. So you can actually team up with your friends to do some of these, which is really cool, but that's not what we'll be doing. Single and double battle, okay. Let me get some info, because I'm not really sure which one this is. You can do it single or double. You get castle points, right? This one's a little complicated. You can heal them, you can rent items or berries. So I guess that you can't bring held items, but you can rent them. And you win matches. Okay. Okay, that's kind of cool. So the idea is to kind of balance the CP as you go to make sure you win a whole streak. Alright. So saving works a little odd in the Battle Frontier as well. I don't quite remember how, but I know they do it in such a way that if you... Yeah, I'm not really sure, but there's a way that they stop you from just like, if you lose, from going back to a save file again. My team isn't really set up for double battles. In fact, let me go ahead and change the items back too before I forget. Glad I thought of that. Because we do not want Sean going in with a magnet. Or maybe we do, but more likely we want him going in with a charcoal. If I can find the charcoal. There it is. Alright, we'll give that to Cian. And I think all your Pokemon get auto-leveled to level 50. If they don't, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. I know they get leveled down to level 50. If they're above level 50. Hopefully they also get leveled up. Choice Specs is fine. We'll give Cherry the Miracle Seed. A little more of a safe bet. We probably won't be using Crew because he's not fully evolved, so he wouldn't be the strongest Pokemon here. Tyranitar would be pretty powerful. But, Pupitar a little less so. I think the trainers in all of these battle facilities get better the farther you go, so he might be fine for this one. I'm going to trade his item out right now just so I don't forget. Alright, very nice. I don't know, should I give Olive? I'm gonna keep the choice specs for now, but we'll see how this goes. Okay. Double sounds like a lot of fun, and I kind of miss doing double battles because there haven't been that many in this game. But I think we're gonna stick with singles, since a lot of double battles are better if you have like protect or fake out or helping hand, moves like that, which we don't. Let's go with all of our special attackers. That feels dangerous, but it's a nice diverse team, so let's give it a go. I'll send out Olive first because I think she's the most diverse. So we will save before we start. Taking a while here. Yeah, I just don't know how they... I think if you... It can't be that... I want to say that when you resume the battle, then you like, delete your previous save file, but that couldn't be the case. 'Cause what if you're doing this and your power goes out or your battery dies or something? You don't lose your entire game. So I wonder if there's like 2 save files? Not quite sure how that works. Welcome to the Battle Castle. My name is Derek. I will be your host on behalf of Lady Caitlin, the owner of the castle. That's the one I was talking about, who becomes the, there's her picture on the wall. Becomes one of the Elite Four in, Generation 5, which we will be doing a Let's Play of at some point down the road. First, I must ask you for any items. Oh, right, because we're at the rent items. Okay. 10 castle points. Oh, thank you. That's very kind. Please choose what you wish to do. So I think you actually battle him. Like, he's actually the frontier brain here. He just works for Caitlin. Kind of like there are gym leaders in gyms, the frontier facilities each have a frontier brain. So you may heal a Pokemon or rent an item. Is it just for the next battle, though? You can check your opponent's Pokemon. Does that cost money, though? Can I check it? It'll cost 1 CP. Sure. Farfetch'd. Okay. I think this will be pretty easy, so I'm going to save on the rest of my CP. Let me see what items. That's cool that you can use it for different things. And you can... Oh, so okay. Interesting. Heal. Does that mean I don't get to heal in between battles? That could make this a lot tougher. What is rank up? I don't have 100 CP. So I guess you keep them even between streaks? I don't really know how this works. But I guess we'll kind of figure it out together, won't we? Let's just get to the battling. Yeah, this will probably take more than one episode, but it should be pretty fun. Kind of a nice interlude in between the 2 stretches of the game. Johto and Kanto. And there's Caitlin at the top, watching us battle. So, she gets to see my Pokemon without using battle points. How is that fair? And there's the Farfetch'd, as we knew. Although we can't really... I guess you can change items depending on who you're going into, but... it doesn't really make too much sense to view your opponent's first Pokemon, because you're going to find out anyway, and you can't really switch around your order to affect it. So we do have choice specs. We'll be locked in. And I definitely want to be locked into Air Slash. It'll be neutral against Farfetch'd, and it didn't flinch. But Air Cutter shouldn't do too much to Olive. See, now that I'm starting to understand what's going on here, I kind of wish I hadn't used choice specs. Because then I could have used Roost to heal up. And I wonder too if their Pokemon... Oh, I'm level 46. Okay, so I should probably come back and do this more once my Pokemon have leveled up a bit. So maybe I will do some of the Kanto region and then come back here to grind some battle points. Alright, so he thinks he's very clever by bringing out a fire type, but won't do him much good. I could have also used Sunny Day there and gone for Solar Beam. That might have been smarter in the long run, but at least this way I get to save some of Cian's health. So this will be a tough run since we're underleveled. Chatted is not very powerful. See, if I use Sunny Day, now my Flamethrower will be boosted. It is faster, but it still probably won't do too much damage. Yeah, those 7 levels do make a difference. Because at the same level, there's no way a Chatted would beat a Magmortar. And even now, there's not much of a chance, but if there was a chance, that was it. Now I'm asleep. Do I want to switch? Can I use CP to heal a status condition? I don't know, this is tough. Let's stay in and see what we can do. Mirror move? Oh, it used Flamethrower against me. Luckily, I resist fire. It's a shame I don't have, I think Magmortar's other ability allows it to absorb fire attacks and get like a special attack boost, or is that flash fire? Or is that... I don't know if Magmortar has flash fire. I think like Houndoom can learn flash fire. Alright, well, not really a clean battle, but we did win. Derek, CP for this trainer at once. Joe, good show. A hard-fought win, yes. Lady Caitlin has instructed me to award you 24 CP. Very nice. Racking in the castle points. I like the theme here, too. Does record mean record the... Oh, okay, yeah, record means record the battle. Rest... So rest, I think, allows you to save the game, but you can't... It, like, puts into, like, pause mode or something. So it's not really, like, a save. I think that's how it works. And we don't want to retire. Retire means quit. Let's press on. What did I just do? I don't really need to heal yet. How much does it cost to heal? Restore HP. So you can restore all your HP for 10 CP. I don't know how much revive costs though. Like, is it worth... Let's go ahead and heal Magmortar. Because I don't want him to faint and then have to use like 30 castle points to revive him. Alright, let's battle. And I'm not even 100% sure that if you have a Pokemon faint that you can revive them using castle points, but I would anticipate that that was the case. Alright, Rancher Etienne and his Graveler, okay. Not an ideal situation here. Now, let's go for Aura Sphere, because it is a Graveler, not a Golem. And Aura Sphere being a special attack should do a lot of damage. Graveler has much weaker special defense than defense. So this probably won't be a one-shot, but it should do at least half. And I don't think Graveler's going to one-shot me. Wow, okay, I'm wrong. Happily so. Good job, Olive. Ooh, okay. Not a great matchup here. Doesn't matter too much who I bring in. I don't have any ground-type moves. I'm going to bring in Cian. He's the lowest level, so he's, no offense, but kind of the most expendable. Just want to see what this Flaffy does. So the battle facilities in general, they're a really cool addition, as I mentioned before. They're basically the closest thing the game will get to competitive battling. So they're actually fairly good practice too, if you've never really done competitive battling before. It's not quite the same thing, but it's a little more like it than the actual regular in-game fights are, especially once you get to the tougher battles here. Okay, I did a decent amount of damage. One more flamethrower should be the end of Flaffy. Then he just has one more Pokemon. So, it's definitely expected here. It's kind of like Pokemon Stadium too, if you guys ever play Pokemon Stadium. If you haven't, I feel very sorry for you because those were amazing games. Big part of my childhood. But it's kind of the same idea there, where it's like the next level of battle from when you're done with the game, but you want to still use your Pokemon. And they're really designed to have you like actually min-max your Pokemon. So if you want to EV train but don't want to get involved in competitive battling, you can kind of EV train for the Battle Tower. I assume their Pokemon are going to be EV trained. Alright, so Cian did a good job there, holding on. You also notice that you don't get XP from this, of course, because it's kind of like a trainer battle in some respects as well. Alright, we'll get some more CP, and that is 2 battles down, 5 to go. I know if you have a couple streaks in a row, like after like the 4th streak and the 7th streak, you actually battle the Frontier Brain themselves for like a major award and lots of battle points. We won't be going quite that far. Let's go ahead and heal up. It'd be cool if there was like a way to let's restore HP. If there was a way to like switch around the order of your Pokemon using castle points, but I don't see that option anywhere. Nope, didn't want to do that. Alright, back into battle. See, normally when I do end up grinding a Battle Frontier facility, to get a good TM for one of my Pokemon, I used the team I actually bred for competitive battling. Togekiss, Dragonite, Infernape, Pokemon that were very strong during Generation 4. But for this playthrough, let's go ahead and use the ones we've been training up. So I'm going to lock myself into Aura Sphere here. That's right, I forget that Olive does have Choice Specs, so it's actually not that surprising that she one-shot that Graveler. And this Aaron is doubly weak to fighting attacks, so that was a one-shot many times over, I'm sure. Corsola, that's lucky because Corsola is also weak to Aura Sphere. So being locked into it is not really a bad thing right now. This should make quick work of Corsola, not quite. Mirror Coat. Oh, that's not good. That's probably the end of Olive. Mirror Coat is the special equivalent of Counter, and when your opponent hits you with a special attack, it does back double the damage. So that's not great. I don't know what Corsola's ability is, so I'm a little worried about Water Absorb. But I think a Dragon Pulse will be enough to finish it off. Leah is our level 50 Pokemon. So let's go for Dragon Pulse. My other choice was to bring in Cian and use Sunny Day and then Solar Beam. But didn't want to go for that. Alright, Lileep. Lileep is Grass and Rock. So Ice should be super effective against it then, right? Yeah. Because it's good against Grass. It missed. It must be holding a Bright Powder. There's not really another way for Ice Beam to miss. At least not in this generation. Surf would be evenly effective, and it would get Stab and the boost from Mystic Water, but Ice Beam being super effective will still deal a little more damage. Plus it has that nice chance to freeze. Ancient Power, and Lily not get the boost. Did use Ingrain, which prevents me from using like Roar to switch it out, and also heals it up. Little bit each turn. Ingrain is one of those moves you mainly see on Baton Pass teams, where one of the most effective counters is to use a move like Roar to break their stat boosts. But if they Ingrain, you can pass the Ingrain, and that prevents you from being switched. Although I think now Baton Pass is actually kind of banned from competitive play, because it's actually a very, very powerful strategy, where you give a team, pretty much every member has the move Baton Pass, and you each one also has like a different stat boosting move, like Calm Mind or Swords Dance or Curse, and all you do is just bounce or substitute, and you just bounce them around, and until you have like tons of stat boosts, and then you switch in a Sweeper and then do tons of damage, and it's really hard to counter, especially with Ingrain. Smeargle, because it's a Pokemon that can learn any move in the game, pretty much, was we'll continue, but we do need to heal. Was often a key component of Baton Pass teams. Alright, let's see how much it costs to revive. Oh, so okay, looks like Olive is automatically revived. But I do have to spend some castle points to power her up. I don't really want to give her a berry. So let's just keep going. Alright, here we go. Is this number 4? Kind of lost track at this point. Waiter Cyan, and he has a Buizel. So we have been seeing from some Pokemon from different generations. That's kind of cool. Buizel is a Water type, so I think our best chance here is to use Air Slash. Aqua Jet is the Water Quick Attack, so he can't be flinched when he uses it because he'll go first. Luckily, it's not too powerful. And with Choice Specs, that was another knockout. Okay, Cranidos. Cranidos has a very high attack stat. So, it is Rock type as well. Let's bring in Leah. I'm worried about switching a Pokemon into a Cranidos because its Head Smash could do a lot of damage. Leer isn't as bad though, because I'm probably faster. Cranidos' evolved form, Rampardos or Rampardos, something like that, is pretty much the definition of a glass cannon. It's insanely powerful, has a huge attack stat. It's like 160 or something that you didn't really see outside of like Deoxys or like later Mega Evolutions and Legendaries. There has been a lot of power creep in the Pokemon games, but in Generation 4, Rampardos's attack stat was like off the charts. It was also fairly fast too, which made it very dangerous. At least I think it was fast. Or maybe it's slow, but you could use like Rock Polish to make it fast. Or use a Trick Room team, I don't really remember what the strategy was, but it was very dangerous, let me put it that way. And it could learn Head Smash, which is a like 150 base power rock type attack. It does do recoil damage. And I think Rampardos can have an ability which prevents it from taking recoil damage, so kind of a good combo. Alright, we get 27. You definitely get more CXP if you have a clean sweep. Seems like the more damage we take, and especially if one of our Pokemon faint, the less we get. I don't think we need to rest. We didn't take too much damage, did we? Let's go ahead and just keep battling. Keep this going. Got 3 more battles to do, and it's already half an hour in. So I think I'll finish up the 7 battles, and then I'll, next episode we will hop on the SS Aqua and head to Kanto. And maybe even when we're in Kanto, we'll fly back and do the Battle Frontier every once in a while. Kind of like Ash did in the Return to Kanto series. Alright, so Intimidate cuts my attack. It doesn't really matter because I am a special attacker. Staravia, just like Olive, is normal in flying. So Air Slash it is. Endeavor. That is the move that brings my HP to equal his, but it seems like Staravia, I guess, has more HP, so it didn't work. Chinchou. Chinchou is electric type, so it will resist Air Slash. Let's bring in Leah, because Leah is neutral to electric attacks, which is probably what Chinchou will use. But if it happens to use a water attack, I will resist it. Thunder Wave. I was thinking that. Not really great for any of my Pokemon to be Thunder Waved, although I guess it'd be even worse for Olive too. Surf is not very effective, but luckily Dragon Pulse is only a little bit less powerful. And also gets Stab. Don't know why he used another Thunder Wave. Was he expecting me to switch, perhaps? Sort of overpredicted there. Switching is a huge part of competitive battling, but I tend not to be switching is very important. I switch a lot when I battle, but maybe not quite as much as most people do, just because it always gives your opponent a free attack. And sometimes if you switch too much to trying to get a good field advantage, you just end up giving your opponent a chance to land a lot of small hits and end up digging too deep of a hole for you to get out of. So there are definitely times to switch, but there are also times where it's better just to eat an attack and stay in and do some damage, especially if they predict the switch and then you end up eating an attack that does less damage by staying in. It's all a mind game, competitive battling. Alright, another fairly easy battle. So let's see if we can heal up some status moves. What I don't know in this gen is if I give like Leah a Paralyzed Cure Berry, or whatever it's called now, Cherry Berry I guess. If that will activate if I'm already paralyzed, or if it only activates if I become paralyzed. You know, I wonder if the status condition goes away. 'Cause I don't see anything about healing the status condition. Alright, once again, I'm just going to keep going. So far, we've been doing pretty well. We did have a couple knockouts, or I guess one knockout, but overall, I'm not too concerned. I would imagine the 7th guy might have like fully evolved Pokemon, so I'll probably want to be healed up for him. Might be like a kind of a boss fight. Other than that, I'm not too worried. Omanite is rock and water types, so Aura Sphere it is. It'll be super effective, whereas Air Slash will be not very effective. This might be a one-shot. I know Omanite has decent defense, but I don't think its special defense is that good, and we do have choice specs. Yep, nice job, Olive. Shame we don't get to be here, because we would be getting quite a lot. Hippopotas. Let's go ahead. I don't know if it's going to use a rock attack on me. Probably won't use a ground attack, because Olive would be immune to ground attacks. Maybe it wants to set up like a stealth rock. Yawn. Oh, I should have waited to switch. See? Sometimes switching is not the right move. So I have a couple choices here. I was thinking to bring in Leah or Cian to get rid of the weather. Not that it's a big deal. Let's go for the Surf, because I know I'm going to fall asleep here. But I do think it's going to be a one-hit knockout. Having a sleeping Pokemon is not as bad as him having a fainted Pokemon. And it seems like we get healed if status conditions between battles automatically, so again, I'm not super worried. I think he only has one left, right? Yep, Sandshrew. I'm just going to stay in because Leah is our best bet against Sandshrew anyway. Not that my other two couldn't beat Sandshrew, I'm sure they could. We could get a free switch, but is there really a reason to? Not really. It would just be free turns of Sandstorm. And the dig at least allows us to get another turn of sleep. So, Leah has been asleep for a number of turns now. I feel like this turn she's probably guaranteed to wake up. If she survives it, this is going to be close. How much will that do? Okay, good. No, okay. So she must have been asleep for the max turns then. Sand attack. That was not smart, but doesn't make too much difference because the Sandstorm is going to finish Leah off here. Alright. Now Sandshrew might have an ability that's better in the sand. Like one that makes my attacks possibly miss. Like, I think it's called Sand Veil. So let's go ahead and use Sunny Day. I just want to get rid of that sand to be sure, and then I can also use Solar Beam, which is super effective against Sandshrew. Of course, my accuracy is still lower here. I could switch to Togekiss, but let's use Solar Beam. And if it misses and Sandshrew uses Dig, I could always just switch then. But thankfully it did not. This will probably be a one-shot. Don't get stabbed, but it's still a very powerful attack against a Sandshrew. And of course it's super effective. Alright, time for our 7th and final battle here in the Battle Castle. Or at least our final battle of this round. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's only the win streak that gets you to different tiers. Like I think if you, say, lost on your 3rd round of 7, you'd have to start over with these guys again. Or at least people of their equivalent level. Easy trainers with low BP rewards, in other words. Alright, let's continue. We are going to heal up. Definitely going to heal up Leah, because she was fainted. PowerPoint-wise, I think we're doing okay. Let's restore Togekiss as well. Also, I hope it's 7. I know some of them have different... Some of them you can only use like one Pokemon in, so it's like 10. That's a pretty fun one. I don't remember which Frontier that is. Hopefully it's in this game and not in Emerald. I think they kept like 2 of the 5 facilities the same, the 2 most popular ones. And I know one of those was the Battle Tower. Let me just see what one of his Pokemon is. How much does it cost to check? 1 CP, I'll spend that, sure. Hitmonlee and Seviper, okay. So I don't know what his first one is. We're about to find out. I also don't know if your hull item is reset between things, because if the hull item is reset between streaks and your CP is not, there's no use really getting a hull item at this point with 1 battle left. So hopefully our first Pokemon doesn't resist flying type attacks. Rotom it does, great. Okay, Rotom is electric and ghost type. Not the worst thing in the world to be locked into, but I would have really loved to be able to just use Air Slash and maybe get a clean sweep with Olive. Rotom is also, yeah, pretty fast. Luckily it doesn't know the best attacks. Thundershock is like a 40 base power attack. That did a lot of damage. Hopefully this will do a lot of damage as well. Being a ghost type, Rotom has low HP. I think ghost types have the lowest HP of all types. So, it wasn't a difficult knockout. Rotom's an annoying Pokemon. Never been a fan. I think because its special forms were like hard to get in or like they were only available by event. I've never been a fan of Pokemon that are only available by event because I didn't really like go to events or anything. So she has what, Seviper. Again, I'm going to bring in Cian just because he's the lowest level. And the reason I'm switching is so that with my choice specs, when I bring Togekiss in again, it can now use Air Slash, which will be super effective against Hitmonlee and neutral against Seviper. But at least it has the chance to flinch them both. I don't think Seviper has the ability Inner Focus. I'm almost positive that Hitmonlee does not. I think it has like Reckless and I don't know, something else. So if this can trigger my ability, that would be great. Because Hitmonlee is a perfect. That's what I was hoping for. Is a physical attacker, which means now all of its attacks will do half damage. I can't heal, unfortunately. Not a lot of reason to use anything but Flamethrower, so Flamethrower it is. Scene will probably lose this matchup, being 7 levels lower. I think he did a pretty good job anyway. And that Hitmonlee is down to almost no HP, it's burned. This is definitely a good scenario to be in. I'm actually going to bring out Leah. Just because... Just because Air Slash has that 5% chance of missing, so I want to use Surf. Do I want to use Rain Dance then, which will make me more likely to one-shot this Viper? And Hitmonlee will die to its burn. The question is, do I want Leah to eat a Rolling Kick? I think that's okay. Because even with a crit, well, crit would maybe not have the burn damage. Oh, I'd use Foresight, that was dumb. I don't know why you would use Foresight on a non-ghost type. You can tell she's definitely a step up though, her Pokemon are at least fully evolved, even though they're, I guess they're not really evolved. Well, Hitmonlee's evolved, as of Gen 2, because of Tyrogue, or Kyogre as I said. Alright, so that pretty much went even better than I expected. Now our Surf is boosted by the rain, we're super fast, not that the Viper is really that speedy anyway. I don't know how bulky it is, I think this will be a one-shot, not quite. Lick might paralyze me. It did. So technically she now has a chance of winning this fight, but it would require me being fully paralyzed every turn and then missing with Air Slash. Actually, no, she doesn't, because I'm not going to use Air Slash, I'll use Shadow Ball. Or Aura Sphere even, would finish it off at this point. But that is not necessary. We have defeated Viper, and I believe we've defeated our first run of the Battle Castle. Hopefully we get a number of CP, or of BP rather. It's probably going to be like 3 BP. I remember it being like really hard to grind out battle points. You really have to get to like the later levels and beat the Frontier Brains to get big chunks. I already have my video, thank you very much. We get 3. That's kind of what I thought it would be. I think you get like 1 for the one that's only one-on-one fights. It's saving just to remind me. Come on. Alright, and that is the Battle Castle. What's up, Aaron? Hi, Joe. It's Aaron. Were you awake? I'm Aaron. You mentioned that. Thanks, Aaron. I think she might be a little tipsy. Want to battle me again? I'll be waiting on Route 46. Maybe someday. We might go around and do some battles, but I feel like they're going to be pretty easy at this point. We also haven't been to Ruins of Alpha yet, so I do want to do that, but at this point I'd kind of like to hop on the SS Aqua and advance the plot a little more. So we'll come back and do some of this other stuff a little later on. But alright, that's enough for this episode. I am going to take a little break, but I'll probably do one more tonight. So thank you guys very much for watching, and stay tuned for more.